Give it a couple seconds. Everything is crazy. Welcome. We're gonna get into it in a minute. That dog is adorable, by the way, Nick. I'm glad you're here, Nick. Greg, I'm glad you're here too. Blue might be joining us. Jimmy might be joining us. This is the day. This is happening, and I'm really excited to do what we do here. This place is about gratitude sitting at its center, and the expression of that gratitude as a community and as a fellowship, as like a group of actual human beings that want to do some interesting things in the world. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, we share a sunrise. And I got to time set the crap out of this again because I took too long yakking, dude. That's what happened. That looks really cool. All right. So let me get the tunes on, and then we'll take a minute and chill. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up. So burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up. Oh, light it up. Oh, light it up. Oh, light it up. Light it up. Burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Oh, light it up. Oh, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Oh, light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up. So burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Yeah. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, so burn it down. Gratitude rising So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground.
All right, well, here we go.
I just have no words, man. Just seeing that sunrise over the cathedral, through the cathedral, just got me misty, man.
It's pretty fun, right?
I cannot wait for everybody sitting listening to us now, every one of our friends in the Telegram channel, just to be able to come and see that at one point in time, man. It is awe-inspiring.
And like, it's different when you're there, right? There is
this does a little bit of justice to it, but there is no way to experience rather than, oh God, wow.
It's gonna be kind of fun. Jimmy, how you doing there, buddy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So I just got word from Dennis that we're going to be getting the link for the actual sale pretty soon. That's going to go up on the site. We were ready to go. I'm going to get to some comments here in a minute, but I just wanted to thank each one of you guys for coming here and hanging out with us for this. Nick for showing up in the channel and being super fun, and then also being a super freaking like server genius. I mean, thanks for showing up there. Jimmy, like we hang out like basically every day doing the crypto live stuff. And I freaking love you, and it's been awesome. And of course, Greg, who's been my media partner for
6 years.
A gazillion months. And
just about now, actually, first time we met and I interviewed you for a TV thing.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you want to come be on my podcast? I'm like, you do a podcast? Because that's when they were kind of new.
So one of only maybe two people I've ever met who was legitimately excited that I had a podcast.
Yeah, he had a podcast before anyone knew who Rogan was.
That's not true, but
no, It's not true, but it's close to true. It sounded good in the back of my head. Anyway, so Greg was the guy who turned this server, this place on. Like if it had a light switch, he flicked it. And so he's got a spot in history, I think, for that, if nothing else. And he's already doing a lot of things. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'll talk for hours if I do that. So there's going to be a lot of questions. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Again, the sale is going to happen in 54 minutes. I think everyone's really worried about us selling out. I really don't think that we will. I don't think it's a problem, but we'll see. Everybody's going to be ready anyway, which is fun. And I think just so that everybody knows, there's supposed to be a 5-minute delay between orders to try and if there is any bots that are going to try and scoop everything up, that's going to slow them down. Hopefully enough to make sure that everybody at least gets something, which is kind of the whole point. So yeah. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show? Before we get into anything else, the Telegram channel, you guys. Jesus Christ. The amount of electricity that's been in the Uplift channel this morning has just been mind-boggling. Like then, the memes started coming, and the memes are good. In fact, we're going to have to show some of them because it's just like hats off. Like it's crazy. We put a word out this morning because we didn't have a Twitter banner. There's some other, group that's doing a little land sale today. And you can hopefully maybe get your land someday this year. We're going to be faster than that. Just want to throw that out there. Delay for getting your actual rail NFTs. I want us to get that done very, very quickly.
Great.
So anyway,
I totally want to see some of those memes on the air.
They're awesome. So good. Anyway, so I do want to say though, again, there's the Splinterlands thing going on, right at noon. We're going on right at noon. So they have the banner. Apparently, they had the banner planned a while. I want to let you guys know, this has been. We were just going to do a little test sale to see what happened, and the community cluster started going bananas. Right? Initially, and you guys were all there. Nick, I think you were almost here for this. The community cluster was going to be 9 kind of close allies. Ken Bozak and Uplift Art and a couple other people. hop, skip, and a jump later, it's like basically most of the cool projects that are, on anywhere near the Wax or EOSI blockchain. So, it took off a little bit. So this is a lot bigger than we thought. We're, and M Blue has said this, we're kind of launching a little early compared to where we would want to, we would want to have a little bit more polish. But it is a tradition that we have to move fast and break things. And gosh darn it, we will. Yeah. It
started out as these 9 in the center.
Yeah, it escalated quickly.
It's gotten a little.
We should probably not show this map anymore because I'm gonna have to change it before we release any of the NFTs.
Okay.
But I mean, it's fine. It's gonna be posted anyway. Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah, before we get too deep into it, because I do want to dive in, but there's one question in the Telegram channel I want to address. No, you can't buy these with USD. They need to be bought with Wax. However, if you create a Wax Cloud wallet and you go into a Wax account, you can fund your Wax account quite easily via MoonPay and a few other easy solutions. You can do it probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. It's super easy. So there's that. If you're interested in doing it, there's your 1 hour warning. It shouldn't be a problem to figure it out. It's probably the easiest onboarding out there. And that's my recommendation for how you can get Wax simple and easy and participate in what is to be one of the most epic events of at least my lifetime, and I hope yours as well.
Yeah, the only thing with the MoonPay though and stuff like that is your bank may not allow you to do that, but that would be the only restriction that I really know of. So, guys, get your funding in, get your Wax ready, get those fingers ready. This is going to be epic.
Corey, just so you know, M Blue is in the comments saying the StreamYard link is giving him a 404 error, so you might want to resend that to him.
Got it.
I thought we had the server problems fixed.
Oh, this is a StreamYard error, not a
I know
server.
it was a quite a well-positioned joke. I thought.
I see what you did there.
But however, to be fair, it is 1 a.m. in the morning, which is normally the time that I wrap up, not the time that I get going. But, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's just get this party on the road.
Yep. I got all dressed up. I don't know if you noticed, Jimmy. I'm wearing my tux today for the live stream.
And actually, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Greg, because here's the thing. I just realized, you throw the best possible shade that I've ever seen anyone throw. Some of those images that you're taking with those shaders are absolutely magnificent.
Oh, Corey caught up to me last night, so
yeah.
Thank you, though. Yeah, Corey caught a good upgrade as well. So we're styling when it comes to graphics at this point. So
you see those stairs there, guys?
Mm-mm.
See the stairs, sort of, in the sunset?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The stairs. And you see these stairs?
Yes.
That's one bell plot.
Right.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's basically most of what you can see here. I was going to put my things up to the screen. You guys can't see that. That won't make any sense to you at all. And so people are talking about building little gardens, sculptures, houses, whatever. Again, as long as the rail is not impeded, right? And you can be like, wee on the rail, and everybody can go by all the time. That's going to be fine. But
and a pedestrian, you got to leave at least a too wide, too tall for pedestrians.
Right, that's smart. So people can actually if you're walking through, because I think a lot of people might. I probably will, right? If there's a lot of builds all over the place, I would probably leave a walking path, and even if you I wonder, if you made a zigzag walking path so you could see more things. That's a good shot. F2, by the way, it's for screenshots. That'd be really cool.
And might not be such a bad business strategy either. Just saying.
Well, that's the thing, right? And oh, hey, there we go. And Blue.
There he is.
And Blue's coming now.
Also, you have up to the build height limit, 255 blocks, and down to bedrock 60 blocks. So you have a huge space, not just the 50 by 50.
Greg, hold on. Area. This is all yours. 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 How high am I?
What are you saying? Why are you saying that? I don't understand.
It's all yours. You get all the whole height.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant those were mine, and I was like,
no, not yours. No, settle down.
Okay,
you're cool. You're not that cool. No, it's just it goes all the way up to 255, which, if I'm not mistaken, is right around here.
Build limit.
So like you get a 50 by 50 square, but it goes all the way up to here and about, I'm going to say, a quarter of that distance down. And Blue, how you doing, buddy?
He's so excited. He's so excited to tour the Uplift. He had to get in his car and go for a real world tour in anticipation of what.
Yeah, exactly. Whee! Oh, jeez. Water. Oh, I missed it. That would have killed me, by the way. All right, so I'm sure there's lots of comments, lots of questions. So why don't we get to those?
I thought you were going to say, why don't we do it in the road?
Why don't we to do it in the road?
Don't. Sorry, I just had a White Album moment there.
Actually, checking to see if the link is live too.
So yeah,
Blue can't really hear us, I don't think.
So Crypto Muscle had a thing that was addressed earlier by Corey. I'm just scared that if no limit buy on these plots attract shark and whale, and the average Joe won't be able to get any of these.
Well,
they're
limited. That's the whole point. They're limited, right? So you can only order one thing at a time. You can only order one type of pack at a time, and you can only order once every 5 minutes.
Yeah. So even if it maxes out by the whales, there's, like Corey said, there still should be a chance for everyone to get something.
Right, like they're stopped for 5 minutes, and like unless they have like 1,000 accounts, and like I know we're getting a lot of attention, but there's 3,000 plots that like NFTs that are going to be up. I don't know, and who knows, right? Like I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict it. There's clearly a lot of excitement, but I think we did everything that we could, especially on the short notice that we did for this drop, to make it as fair as humanly possible. Because it and believe me, like we obviously want to sell out. We're a business. That's awesome. But it's much more valuable for us long term and just for our hearts because it's cooler if there's people building and creating community and throwing up gratitude monuments and then 10 whales owning everything and then just sitting on it, right? So we really had that in mind when we were doing this, and we hope that what we set up works. And if we find out that it doesn't work as much as we want it to, we'll bootstrap something else. Like we'll figure it out. But I think it's going to be okay. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to be all right.
Hey Nick, who's joining us? That's awesome. Is Roar? What are your thoughts on Roar?
That guy just never ceases to impress me. Period.
Seriously,
we're just scratching the surface of what this man can do. The shading on his gifts, the rotation, the mirror, just how brilliant it is. I mean, this guy, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the best compliment I can give you too, right there.
Pure silence. Nick himself is dumbed into silence. It doesn't get any better than that.
Rory, you're excited to be here, and we're super excited to have you in this community. I think that's unanimous.
I'm just sorry I'm not leaving the comments on Blogger. Every time I put one up, Jimmy disappears. So
that's what she said.
Danish said it's going to be huge. So kind of had to go with that. Raj, by the way, this is probably good advice. Found that for whatever reason you can't buy wax via the Wax Cloud Wallet MoonPay button link, so go straight to the MoonPay website. It works fine there. For those of you that are scrambling to get your wax moved where it needs to be this morning, that's probably a great idea. So,
I'm going to be scrambling all week because this is just the beginning of Uplift madness, essentially, and we're just getting going. So I'm super stoked for that.
Yeah, Chuku, never played Minecraft before. Can you fly, or is it build mode or something? This is called creative mode. And in the world right now, creative mode is on to facilitate some of the amazing community cluster builds. People have been scrambling to get amazing things built. We've built most of what you're looking at now in survival mode without mobs, but still having to put blocks on top of blocks. Corey hand built the entire dome over the cathedral. I think there were probably 6 or 7 of us that flattened out and made the platform that's under the dome and the cathedral. So there's I keep saying this, when creative mode goes away and survival mode is the way things are happening, if that ever happens, you're going to have to be cooperative with the people around you.
That's going to make the whole experience better. And again, don't take anything Greg just said as final. because again, everything is in flux. Because I get shit for this all the time, right? Like, oh my god, my creative is going away. Like that, and I get that because like look at what we've done, right? But again, like a huge amount of what we've done with creative mode, has been in survival, and it ends up being a much more rich experience because we end up building it as a team. The people go out and mine it. They build the stuff that needs to be done to build all these beautiful colors and stuff, and then everybody sort of had a part in it. And when we eventually, I think commit to this because again, like there might be an area that's just creative mode, and then we're gonna basically bootstrap to a much more rich experience in survival mode, and they'll basically be adjacent worlds. Think like sort of multi-dimensional, off the main kind of thing. But somebody nicknamed the awesome woman who made this thing the Banksy of the Uplift. It's actually my cousin. She's a badass, and she's actually got orders now to put her next installations, whatever she wants to build, on different people's plots all over the thing. Anyway, guys, gentlemen, we have work to do.
Yes. Hey, Francesca checked in. She said MBlue's connection is terrible, but she reminds you that Wax Cloud Wallet has an Ethereum to Wax conversion that's pretty sleek. So thank you, Francesca.
That's a good point too. There's so much going on in the Wax, blockchain with the wallet and the innovation that they brought, and it's just amazing that we sometimes forget what other people don't know. And I think this is going to be like a key part of what the Uplift becomes, because not only are we going to be an awesome community that like is there for one another, and to go back to what Corey was saying about like the creative mode and how this all started and where this all came from in the beginning. If you go back and watch our most epic live stream ever last night with like 10 people, where everyone, on Corey's lead went around and said what they were most excited about the Uplift. There's some really cool stories in there and some backwards history that potentially, we're going to have to find time to make sound clips out of because it was awesome. But yeah, like there's just so much going on. And I think the Uplift, the next phase, once everything gets settled, we're going to be like an onboarding machine into the world of Wax and blockchain. Like we're going to be able to bring gamers that like didn't see the value of blockchain into this space. And, it's going to be the gratitude. It's going to be the kindness. It's going to be the shared experience of not just walking into like crypto Twitter and being completely lost. There's going to be a really nice flow, I think.
You speak the truth, brother. That is just so true right there, man.
Nick, because I don't think we've done this before. What are you grateful for in this moment?
Well, I'm grateful for a lot of things, but the very thing I'm grateful for right now is every single person in the Telegram group. If it wasn't for you guys, man, I wouldn't be laughing. Corey wouldn't be laughing. And it would just be, yeah. So I'm grateful for every one of you.
Beautiful.
And they don't even see the backroom stuff. That's where you're at your best.
Exactly. And I mean, everybody that's listening out here, everybody that doesn't, is just trying to grasp a concept of what is going on here. We are at the precipice of a brand new utopia here. This is going to be you've seen Ready Player One. That is basically Uplift version 0.3. This is an entirely new way of thinking. This is an entirely new way of being. And let me tell you something. This is just going to be fantastic because it was built on gratitude. It's built on love. It's built on sharing. It's built on stuff that we need to do and we need to practice every single day of our lives, man.
Yeah, well stated. My gratitude, actually, if I can throw one up there, I'm grateful for our first live stream with Nick. At least my first live stream with Nick, because you're a great addition to this community, Nick.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Mm-hmm. I just love when Uplift Greg just stares at the sky.
Well, I tell you what just happened was I didn't see Corey's bottom gratitude there comparing me with as the Waz of the Uplift, and I 1122. I got a little misty eyed. This is such a weird thing. I can't get used to it. But
does Corey think that we can hear him?
I did think that.
Is it just the top guy in the stream's just randomly talking to himself on air? He's losing the plot. The launch of that.
It's not like he's got a lot on his mind this morning.
So
I'm guessing
by the way,
there's a Twitter stream open. There's a Facebook Messenger thread open. There's
it's
four
a
Telegram channels going on.
I do need to announce something though, so please shush your pants. TheUplift.World is probably worth visiting right now.
Oh, nice. A couple of questions in the comments. Uplift.World, right? TheUplift.World?
TheUplift.World.
TheUplift.World.
Okay. Cryptoad, can people destroy what you build? No. You will be able to assign permissions on your land to give people permission to build. So anybody that destroys your shit does so because you gave them permission. So be careful with that. They could come onto your land and lock you up in a solid tower of obsidian if you give them permission. Or they could put a chicken bomb in your house or polar bears. So be careful who you give permission to be on your land. Raj, I have to ask, after this round of rail and land sales, when do you think the second round will be? Good Lord, we're not even to the first round yet.
Well, okay, so it's a good note, though.
What are we having for dinner?
Right. So we are going to be releasing some land. These are rail key NFTs. We're going to be releasing some land key NFTs from each one of the 3 districts in the Uplift. There's the district around Central City. It's where the cathedral is, yada, yada, yada. There's the massive, insane-o-matic, like, bonkers community cluster that I think will start being fleshed out first, even with passports and stuff. We'll talk about all that later. And Chicken Ka. Chicken Ka! Chicken Ka!
There we go. She's been waiting. She's been quietly waiting in the next.
It's locked and loaded.
Yeah. That's a left track 11.
We're
That's
done.
who that was.
It's not going to get any better than that. So just go to the website and we're going to be finished now.
Bruce Burnswick wants to know how you get polar bears. I said, move to Churchill, Manitoba.
You're pretty funny. That's good. That's good.
And leave
stuff.
your door open because apparently that's how that happens in Churchill.
Yeah, we could talk about that. Although I people think I grew up around polar bears. I did not. I was a few hundred miles south of them. But so here's what it looks like, guys. Whew.
Love it.
Here it is.
Jesus, I can't believe. Wow.
Doesn't it just give you tingles?
A little bit.
I mean, yeah.
So we got 33 minutes. Like, and honestly, I'll tell you right now, like at noon, because I have to buy them along with everybody else. And so, I'm going to be helping my wife buy some. I'm going to be buying some. And, and Blue's on the roads. He's like, hey, can you buy me some? I'm like, fuck, shit. Yes, I hope. Anyway, so we'll try. It'll be really hilarious if we can't. So anyway, what happens when you click this button is it takes you to Atomic Hub, and you're going to want to be logged in. And, make sure all that stuff's done. And, of course, we got the one pack right here. And you can claim up to 25, right? So, and you could claim up to 10. We actually had added an extra limiter just this morning. So there's the 5-minute thing and then this new limiter as well. So each wallet can only claim a certain number. So even if they did have a bot, if it's running on one account, it's gonna get timed out. So again, we tried to get as many of those things taken care of as we possibly could. Anyway, so yeah.
And Corey, maybe I'm sure most people know, but maybe it might be good to go into where does this where do the funds from these NFTs go? Where's the end destination of them? The
funds for these things?
Yeah, when people grab these NFTs, what happens to that wax?
So 90% of the wax goes to the company, where we're gonna throw a giant fucking party with like moon rockets and a boat. None of that's true. 10% of all economic activity that we do goes to Uplift Donate, which is our mission between The Uplift and Uplift Art to build a school. And I mean, the initial capital that we pull in from this We are hiring devs as fast as we can find them. We're hiring server people as fast as we can hire them. We're actually buying servers as fast as we can buy them. So I don't know if you guys noticed, there's like a little bit of attention around this. So, this capital that's coming in is basically being used to build out way faster so that we can get more passports into the Uplift done quicker, and you can actually get in game and start creating, so that I can fly by whatever you've created and ooh and ah and yell about it on the internet, which I'm for sure gonna do.
Right, and this is in addition as well to, I believe we have what's our wax number now? I haven't checked recently. The amount of wax in the pool for when the game actually goes live.
Yeah. So again, we were selling Genesis keys for Genesis key NFTs to do the to build the rewards pool, right? Because again, every player who's wandering around and ultimately who's doing all sorts of in-game actions is going to be earning wax rewards just for hanging out and playing and having fun, right? And of course, the land. There's an echo still, Jimmy. Do you have headphones at all?
Sorry, I'll mute just a sec here.
Okay. No problem. We'll figure it out. So yeah, the Rail Key NFT owners. Or any land key owners, when people do those traveling actions and down the road on a roadmap, building actions, mining actions on their land, it's going to kick out a wax reward to that NFT land key owner as well, right? So we needed to figure out, because we decided not to like mint our own token, like a Trillium or Mana or any of those, like whatever, because we really wanted to make sure that other projects could come in and distribute their token in really entertaining ways and use their token in really entertaining ways, or NFT or whatever. Like, we wanted to be sort of the place and the platform layer where the entire ecosystem and everybody in it could come and do all of their things in a giant collaborative Disneyland of awesome, right? And so it made a lot more sense for us to do wax, but that means we have to raise the wax. So the NFTs that went out for the Genesis key NFTs are, they're collectibles. They're designed to be collectibles. We've been selling those, and all of that capital goes to an account called Uplift.World 2. And you guys can actually see that right now. And the balance on that is 803,787 wax, which is pretty good. For those playing at home, when our mysterious benefactor doubles that, it's going to be 1.606 million. So that's fun.
And as haphazardly as this is all might appear at times to be thrown together, which I actually am kind of making a joke because
literally, except for Dennis, who's perfect at everything. We're moving fast and breaking shit.
Yeah, I second that, and we're going to do another. Corey and I've been talking about having some more community panels, like on a semi-weekly basis. So hopefully, we'll get to introduce you to Dennis's genius in the next week or two. Because that guy is just a madman of insanity in the best possible ways. So there is a grand plan, and as Corey has mentioned, like, there's a lot going on, and a lot in an effort not to confuse people, we're kind of taking this one step at a time, even though the steps are essentially 2 days apart. So over time, a lot of these releases will actually be adding to that community account, because the whole point of this account is to have people come in and play and be a part of community and actually, take the NFT gaming space to the next level, because that's what NFTs were designed for. That's what gaming on blockchain was designed for, to actually reward users for their time instead of, suck value from them and just make them continually purchase things to have an experience. Give them that benefit of, earning something in return for their time and giving something back to them to make their experience more rich, which will, in a sense, expand the power of the community in general and just draw more awesomeness and more wonderful people to us.
And not only that, you're doing good just by going ahead and having fun, period.
I just saw a question in the Telegram comments, which is not really what we're doing, but how will the prize pool, or the reward pool, get replenished?
How long do you have? We
I'm
have
not
so
retyping
many...
all this crap to the Telegram.
No.
That seemed like a good question.
Right. We have so many ideas about this. So primarily, on Atomic, every project has a secondary market sale percentage that they can set, right? We've set ours at 9%. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you've seen the secondary market for land NFT sales across any project, it is significant. which is really fun, right? And so what we are committing to doing is 50% of that secondary market percentage is going right back into the rewards pool. Now, the rewards, especially when we start, they're going to start pretty low, and that's on purpose, right? It'll probably be significantly higher than in other real estate type games, though. Let me say that, because they've set the bar for us. Wink. Anyway, so we're starting low, and again, it's always easier to add more, and we've got a million different ways to add like NFT power ups and all sorts of buffs, and also like that whole part is going to be gamified, right? But yeah, so like 50% of the secondary market sale is going to go back into the rewards pool. I'm expecting it to actually increase day by day. Now, we're also going to be having to charge a little bit of wax to put like a high def picture into the thing. It's actually a server side thing that we need to do, right? So one of our people is going to have to actually like go in and place a picture if you want one in your NFT gallery. Now, I think we're going to charge like 100 wax for that. We don't want it to be huge, right? We'll charge like 100 wax for that, but half of that will go into the rewards pool. So anytime that we, are charging for any upgrades or anything like that, like and around 50%, if not 50%, like there may be exceptions. Like I don't know what I don't know yet, but that like the way we're thinking about it is 50% of those kinds of things will go into the reward pool. So all the economic activity that happens, in the system, 50% of it will go into the rewards pool all the time. Now, somebody had a great question about teleport yesterday. I'm not thinking about teleporting right now at all, especially considering the world is about to be configured so that it is probably going to cut the distance travel time from interesting place to interesting place down significantly. But there's always a possibility, like say everybody's all over the place and everybody wants to come to church on Sunday, right? We do the Church of Gratitude. Church of Gratitude, that doesn't make sense. Gratitude ceremony on Sundays where we get together and do the sunrise and everybody puts some gratitude up. And of course, everybody's welcome. It's not really a religious thing. It's just a thing we do together for because it's cool. So, we might want to drop a teleport out for that sometimes. But if we ever charged for it, I think, especially considering it's transportation related, I would probably put 100% of that into the rewards pool. Because there's we're talking, hold on, Jimmy. We're talking to, how do I word this? An extremely, extremely large media company. Is that squirrely enough? Anyway,
yeah. Like
the kind of thing where I basically peed myself when Blue told me we were going to be talking to them. No big deal. So they might, we could be bootstrapping to the point where we have the ability to host concerts, as an example, in the Uplift. And so we might want to, as a promotional thing to anybody who buys tickets to this concert, also send them, a teleport thing. And that's so huge, we might do that for free. All right. So there's really fringe possible use cases where we might allow people to fast travel. But it's going to be 0.01% of what's going on, because that transportation, the wandering class thing, because that's the one reward that we're going to start with. There's going to be, if not probably dozens more. We've got 3 or 4 more on deck, building, mining, that will be part of the rewards pool set. But because transportation is the thing right now, we're going to be watching that really carefully. Anyway, I'm rambling on about this stuff. The sale is in 23 minutes.
Yeah, so I like that. Actually, what I was going to say was good, but it's not quite that good. That's a cool little, I kind of feel like that should be, if you buy a concert ticket, then there should be an automatic teleportation fee if you're across the world, because it is the size of some massive, distance. But what I was going to say is, what I would like to see, and how, soft I can be, I'm not pushy at all. But what I would like to see actually is a round trip discounted fee for service on Sundays as a teleportation aspect. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's built on gratitude. The more people we get in the temple on a Sunday, that's pretty freaking amazing. So we don't want to talk about teleportation now, but that's just the thought that's on my mind. Please come on Sundays. I'm not usually there because it's super early in the morning for me. But this is a really important aspect, and if you haven't experienced it, just come and watch the live stream. It happens on this channel every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. And everyone's welcome, and they can put their gratitudes in the comments. And there's a slew of awesome people that put them up on the wall, as you saw in the beginning of the show. And it's the foundation of this. And thank you, Corey and Greg, and all of your friends for starting this amazing practice.
I just want to click the button. Clicking. I kind of feel like I should put more than 8,000 wax in that account. What do you think? That's what it costs, though, right?
Well, I mean, you got a 5-minute leeway period, so you can just throw more. This is the.
I just want it to work.
This is the worst FOMO, like anti-bot spam of all time, because you're just going to be sitting there for 5 minutes waiting. Should I
just like
right?
Oh man. Anyway, so other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the show?
That joke never gets old. Oh wait, yes it does.
Yeah, it does. It does get old. I'm sorry. Greg's probably heard me throw that joke in all the dumbest places, probably, I don't know, 8,000 times. So yeah, what else you guys got? Hey, if you guys could post this YouTube channel all over Twitter, the Telegram channel. You know, I know the Telegram channel is still kind of popping. People still have some questions in there. If they want to come here and ask questions, here we are. We'll answer whatever questions you guys have.
Is 54 concurrent a record for you guys? Because that's who's
yeah. 54. I think so.
Nice. We've had more, but
okay.
Have we had more?
Yeah, we have, but maybe not like on stream views. But we're standing on the shoulders of giants with what's going on, and we're attracting really cool people like that. Again, that panel that was on yesterday. Nick, I hope you can show up to one. Like, I really want to do this on a weekly basis because we get so many awesome comments from so many awesome people, and I think our reach is just going to be amazing because there's a real big interest in what's going on, and everyone's going to do their own thing, even if they're building booby traps to steal all your shit. It's going to be fun, right? Like, and
I think I remember Ken Bozak saying he was going to build a murder death world.
Yes,
that is what he wants to do. I will be right back, gents.
Yeah, and Anders is going to release the zombies, which I think is really cool, right? Like, I'm working with the Jenner EOS team to there's a really interesting aspect. Collision of goodness between Jenner EOS and for those of you that don't know, and Uplift Art in general. I mean, they're both looking forward to building out a better world through charity and donations on blockchain. And so, like, we're planning on building that into Jenner EOSity or Jenner EOS City in the map world. And I think what you're going to see is a lot like Crypto Monkeys. They're planning on offering some NFTs and as Corey says, the more use cases for these NFTs that already have projects of their own, they're better. And yeah, it's just going to be really interesting. Like, this is the biggest test case that doesn't even really need a test case I can honestly envision in my mind. Yeah.
It just seems so natural to us. Like, and then Mblue and the Uplift folks coming in and showing us a way to benefit people in the real world with this digital project was just, I'm all in. You shut up and take all my time.
Here's a point that nobody really has touched on. Basically, right now, what we're doing is we're getting husbands, wives, kids, grandkids, and we're getting them all together and we're getting them to play together. Yeah. We're getting a family back together here so they can go ahead and do good, have some play time, get some more family time back in. So, that's the little side effect of this.
Yeah, watch it. When we gave Mblue his tour last weekend, and his kids were, whoa, and all it was the best thing ever. It was like, I was so when you can be cool to your 9-year-old and 10-year-old sons, you're doing something right, because that's on the cusp of that age when my parents were no longer cool. But and I had to mention to his boys, hey, I'm going to say nice things about your dad. I know that might get weird, but but there it is. Beware of Bozak.World and any observation lands. Yeah, I'm team hostile mob for sure. There are some things in the game you can't get without hostile mobs enabled. I'll be happy to sell those things to all of you for a nominal wax fee, but I definitely want them enabled on my plot. We had them briefly, and then Dr. Wayne had to turn them off because they were messing with another part of the game. And I was like, make those folks happy first. We'll get my mobs when we get my mobs. But yeah, look, you like fireworks. Fireworks are cool, right? No gunpowder, no fireworks, no creepers, no gunpowder. So somebody has to be ready to do that. You like sticky pistons for automatic doors? Those are great. Got to have slime blocks enabled to get sticky pistons. So,
And I just love how you sat there and did the maniacal hand rub as you were talking about the
it's
mobs.
fun. Building a farm that drops mobs to their doom and then you just collect the stuff is like, that's fun. That's fun.
So, yeah, sorry.
No, I'm good.
So I think a good one that's on the screen right now as well from Game Rich, now that Corey's back, because he's better explaining this than all of us, but a Game Rich. To be clear, if I buy 10 X pack, it will count 3 times for the boosters where you need to buy 3 real keys. The boosters are stackable, but for each booster, essentially, if I'm correct, you don't just get like a booster for all the 10 rail packs. You need 1 booster per 3, right? Is that
so it's what we ended up doing, and it was Dr. Unani from the Discord that sort of convinced us to do this. People were worried that because initially it was you buy, like just the 1 Genesis key, and you could only get 1 gift per wallet. Doesn't matter how many rails you get, right? Or how many Genesis NFTs you get. So people were saying, well, why couldn't I buy 3 Genesis NFTs, separate that out into 3 different accounts, wax accounts, and just try and game the system that way? And we're like, yeah, you could do that. Or we could basically just do that math for you and put it all in the same wallet, right? So right now, let's say you're planning on getting the 10 pack, right? If you have 3 of the like Genesis keys of the boosters, 3 of the boosters, that's 1 booster for every like basically to get the little the 50 by 50 reward. It's 1 booster times 3 rail NFTs, right? And so if you have 3 boosters and over 9 rail NFTs, that's going to be 3 gifts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Ish, more or less, somewhat south of Chinese.
Yeah. And shout out to Huddle EST in the comments. We're hoping to actually have you and Blaze on at some point on our show to talk about all the cool stuff that you guys are doing with the NFTs, because that's awesome. These are 2 very influential people in space, been involved with a few projects that we've been involved with. So yeah, great to have you here. And 100%, I mean, and the weekend is just the beginning for Uplift. But yeah, the wax this weekend is nuts. Like I think Splinterlands is happening right now. I think like an hour, for 2 minutes after our NFTs go live. Bitcoin Origins comes out with another one, and that's going to disrupt our flow for 1 minute before they sell out. But so yeah, we're super excited. But I just want to say this is what I'm most excited about what we're doing with the Uplift is, a lot of like you said, land keys have set precedents before us, but I don't think anyone has done it to this extent where they've offered different NFTs in game to have different processes. And there's a clear strategy game here, right? Like, do you want to be an owner of land that you can build on? Do you want to tap into the community rails where you're getting that rail traffic? Do you want to build something cool, some kind of a gallery, a 3D gallery in the game that people will come and view? And there's so many potential options that I don't even think an infinite computer of possibilities could calculate what we're in for when the community gets their hands on all the creativeness that is potentially possible.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Blues Brothers asked up thread, hey Greg, I thought you were on the couch in your pajamas with your girlfriend today. I have a hard out at 13 minutes from now. She's coming over at noon. So
Corey, I need your line of choice, because Greg's got a hard out when his girlfriend comes over.
My virgin ears.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Sorry, that's the wrong joke. I love you, but I totally had to jump on that.
That's good stuff.
That's what she said.
And scene. All right. Blue's back. Blue, how's your
I'm going to jump out now, guys. Have a great sale. Best of luck to everybody. I'm pulling for you. I'm gonna have to work hard not to look at my phone from this point forward. So I love you. Oh, she's in the comments. Say nice things about my girlfriend, guys.
I mean, she's awesome. Basically,
all right. Well, she's clearly not driving to my house right this minute because she's commenting on the YouTube video.
So yeah,
I'm going to jump out. I love you guys very much. We'll see you next time.
Greg. All right, Rob, I'm going to get to your question in a second. M Blue, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm. We're parked, man. We're on a road trip right now. My youngest son Dylan is a cheerleader, and he's got a competition. So we're en route to that competition. But man, I've been listening to the show. You guys are on fire. Love it. The energy is, man. This is what we've been waiting for. Just the convergence of all this goodness. Gratitude, win-win-win economy. I couldn't be more proud to be a part of this team. Nick, what a great addition to the team. I heard your gratitude, and brother, high five and big hug. But wow, I mean, yes, we're embarking on history right now, guys, and it feels fine, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear Lord.
Sorry, Corey.
Oh dear Lord.
Sorry, Corey. Can you drop the comment that's on the bottom of the screen so we can see Embley?
Oh yeah. Oh, don't. I was like looking at him underneath the thing. Sorry, man. I'm like looking at you down in the on deck thing, and we're like, yeah, hold on. Yeah, what do you have to say? Oh yeah, tell me more. Cool. Sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Ready Player One, version 1. This is the beginning days, the genesis, right? And where this is headed is awesome. Just think about, all the what, Corey, what you're saying about, what we don't know yet, right? The list is long, is how we can, maximize this win-win economy. And, again, I said this the other day, our secret sauce is the story and how this originated. The origin story is the secret sauce here, because now that the cat's out of the bag, right? You really need the WAC blockchain incorporated into Minecraft to do exactly what we're doing. You cannot do what we are doing on any other blockchain, to my knowledge. You need free instant transactions, and that's what Wax offers. And it's just a convergence of greatness and timing, and a great community, great team. I mean, holy crap, the team that we have, is exceptional. I've never been surrounded by such an immense talent of professionals. And we have 10 minutes until this bad boy is official, right? And the gears are in motion.
This is your 10-minute warning. 10-minute warning until the world blows.
And you know how I know that we are on the right path and the timing is now? Because we've got the character voice now.
That was the last piece.
That was the last piece. Nick, your voices and your fun, charismatic, witty humor is the cherry on the cake. And we got that cherry now. It's time to eat. And this is just this isn't even an appetizer. This is just you're smelling the aroma from the kitchen, right? But yeah, it's exciting, and I just feel so honored and blessed to be a part of this formation.
Going back to what you were saying before, I was thinking about this today, right? Like Ready Player One, like this world might actually be the missing link between what exists and what Ready Player One could be.
No doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. I see it. I think we all see it. And Corey, man, I hear you talk about the Uplift and how it's forming, and you are the minister of culture, and you're such a great human being. You inspire me, brother. Just your command of language and wit and humor. This place needed you, right? So thank you for stepping in, having the vision, and allowing me in to assist you in any manner that I could. But watching you evolve in real time is one of the greatest thrills of my life. And if I was a guy that wrote in a diary, I'd definitely be writing about all this and my interactions with you.
Yeah, I think our diary just happens to be live on the internet with 71 of our closest friends. It is what it is.
Not true. What is that? Voyeurism or?
So yeah, I mean, way to make it weird, dude. Way to make it weird. But yeah, I mean, that's like, and Greg and I actually talked about this a bunch in the last couple of days. Is like the being able to do the music drops, and I just want to keep an eye on the time here. We got 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and like, I'm probably to turn some tunes on in like 4 minutes because I got like a bunch of buttons to press. So like, just deal with that. Or you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna get real boring in a few minutes.
I like Jimmy's idea better.
It's winning.
Me too, but cheers to all of you on the team and all of you in the community. I've held myself off until this 5-minute moment in time, but we're about to embark on the epicness of what we don't even realize. So thank you for being here. And the art in the background, the mission, like Emily said, the vision, the connections that we've all made. It's funny you said that, Blue, because with Corey, with you, with everyone on the team, I've watched everyone involved so much, and the community included, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I feel the gratitude, feel it, and that's the true secret sauce right there, is the gratitude, right? And the more of us that can congregate around that feeling of being in gratitude, the bigger this snowball of goodness becomes. And I'm seeing this. I call myself a scientist, right? I love to experiment. Anything from food to thoughts to meditation to you name it. I love to experiment, right? I love to see how nature works. And I've been experimenting with gratitude and feeling gratitude for a number of years. I was in a tragic, very bad car accident 25 years ago. And I was in the hospital for 30 days. They thought I was going to be dead the first time when I arrived at the hospital from the ambulance. Fortunately, I didn't. But that experience of laying in a hospital bed for 30 days, and I don't know how many of you out there have had that journey, but it's not fun. And through that, you can go two ways. You can either go into the abyss and go into a really dark place, which I did at first. But then finally something triggered this beautiful tree out in the window, and it was a shiny sunny day. And I was so grateful to see that oak tree in that presence at that moment. And that kind of switched it for me into feeling and noticing that I was feeling that gratitude feeling. And so then I made a decision to look for things in my life to be grateful for, whether it's a breath of fresh air, to a certain aroma in the air, to a family member visiting me, to something on the plate that I liked to eat from the hospital. Every little thing that I could be grateful for, I chose to step into that emotion of gratitude. And that was the switch for me. And so from that point on, I started really noticing things in life and what, it's almost a game. What can I be grateful for right now, right? And the more of us that we can do this together in a world like the Uplift, the more it just magnifies, and the ideas and the innovation just come out of this place of just goodness. And I think we've got a couple minutes left. I hear
3 minutes.
Silent. 3 minutes. He's getting ready. I love it. I see somebody cracking their knuckles there. I'm on the phone, so I can't really see who's who. But
that was me.
Oh man, and we got so many great radio announcing voices. Nick, you got a voice for radio. Corey's got a voice for radio. Greg's got a voice for radio.
And I've also got the face for radio too.
Nailed it.
I love it. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I got a little bit trigger happy with the buttons, and I was switching back and forth looking at the timer, and I accidentally double clicked on the StreamYard button, and I'm like killed myself.
All right, so you guys can keep talking amongst yourselves. I'm going to turn some music on because I like it. So there you go. And yeah, we got 2-3 minutes after the sale. We'll hop in and hang out till we get bored.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
2 minutes and counting. Can you feel the pressure?
Feeling it. Feeling the love. Feeling gratitude.
Gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. A gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up and burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Light it up. So burn it down. Gratitude rising up from
Here we go.
light it up. Oh, light it up. Oh, light it up. Oh, light it up. Light it up. Burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Oh, light it up. Oh, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. Oh, light it up. Burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground. So light it up, burn it down. Gratitude rising up from the ground.
So
Light it up, burn it down.
That just happened.
Holy
shit.
yeah, that's the thing. Hold on.
That was a little bit unexpected.
I mean, I had a feeling the 10 packs were gonna go first because it's a really good deal.
Do we have
But
a time count on
damn.
that? That was less than a minute potentially.
It looks like there's a bunch of the rest of it left though.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Oh, looks like the 3 packs are gonna go pretty soon.
Yeah, so it's funny. I didn't want to jinx it, but I was thinking when you said this earlier that there's a potential that we might actually sell this out faster than Bitcoin Origins. That's kinda
Holy
cool.
shit, they're gone. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think this is a little bit bigger than maybe we even realized, to be honest.
And you know, and here's the thing, like, like, part of me is like, you know, kind of shocked because, like, oh, it's real now, right? And it kind of was before. You guys have no idea at all how fucking excited I am that you're all going to be building in there. And people have been asking, when can we get a game? When can we get a game? I tell you, I will work on this nonstop until you're in the game, right? I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know that we're going to be doing everything we can 24 hours a day until it happens, right? And it's going to start with the Genesis Key NFT holders that are going to get the passports as quick as we possibly can get them to them. And we'll be scaling probably for the rest of time now, right? We're going to be bringing on whoever we need to bring on. We're going to make sure we get this thing done because I can't wait for you guys all to be building. Because, like, even just with the community cluster, you see me wandering around. Jimmy and I do it all the time. We wander around and see all these builds that are going on. And it's just like the creativity is insane. It's insane. And we want to times that by the whole world, because every single one of you has the creative juice to do this. I've seen a few places where they talk about every single child is born an artist. They're born creative. And, as adults, we just kind of start to lose it, right? Maybe we're afraid to make mistakes, or we're afraid to, whatever it is, whatever kind of blocks that. I'm just going to go in and build something, cool or whatever. And I think this is going to bring it back. I really do, for anyone. And it might be, your art might be in the game and having a blast or whatever, right? It might be, creating art and selling that art as NFTs, but where the NFT actually includes the land underneath that art's feet. It's like a million ways that this is going to happen, right? So yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, and we should just do a whole episode on that, honestly, because with my recent family edition, which many of you know, and also my background in education, and thinking about embarking on this mission with Corey and all of the other things that I get the pleasure and honor of doing in this space with the Uplift Art and the Uplift and other projects as well that you may or may not know that I'm affiliated with. I'm more and more thinking, as much as I love teaching, I love being a part of the educational community when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain and economic policy and the reality of the world that exists. And we're, with DeFi, with Wax, embarking on a level of change and potential positivity that the world has never seen in one of the darkest potential financial times in human history, if that makes sense. Uplift your brothers and sisters, because things are about to get real, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, Nick, I'm glad you were here for this, man.
I'm stoked, man. We're sitting here.
The M Blue just sent me this.
That is awesome. But I mean, I'm beyond grateful for being able to sit here, standing on the precipice and looking out over what is going to be not only a new world, but a new way of thinking, a new way of making money, a new way of just being a better person, period. You look at all these videos, you go on the channel, you see the memes, you see the laughs, you see everything, you see the pictures that Corey's been putting up. This is basically a utopia. It's the smartest cities ever invented in some cases. And basically, guys, this is just, I can't even put it into words. And those of you who have been in that Telegram channel, knowing me without words is kind of like, never going to happen. But we are looking now into the future. And the best part is we get to make this future together.
Yes, please.
And I actually second that. Nick, it's funny because I think that you realize this, but we've actually crossed paths multiple times in this space, back and forth, not always at the same time, but I've known of you for a while, and it seems like maybe you have me as well. And it's really interesting to actually, like I said in my original gratitude, have the honor and the opportunity to be able to sit with you on this channel as this world goes live, because you've been really, I know you've done a really good things in the background that are highly appreciated by everyone involved. So thank you for all of your genius, as well as the humor and the positivity that you bring just to the team, right? It's awesome.
That means a lot and stuff like that, and I'm proud to be a part of a team that encompasses that. Yeah. Again, speechless. Damn it.
Not again. Hey, give me a sec here, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to chat with our CEO for a second.
Ooh, talk amongst ourselves. That's kind of dangerous,
That's super dangerous. Going rogue is something that we do. So, yeah, Nick. So have you actually have you toured the Uplift yourself, or have you seen any of the live feeds? What's your reaction to some of the?
I've seen the live feeds. I haven't had a chance to tour it yet, and I'm kind of waiting on that. Because basically all this came whirlwind type of situation here. So now that I'm involved, and now that I've seen all the videos, and now that I've had a chance to see Corey doing some screen shares and stuff like that in the videos, I don't understand why this wasn't made sooner. I mean, this is something that's been needed for quite some time. We've needed something like this, maybe, God, 5 years ago. I mean, somebody needed to have backed that up and made wax, available about 10 or 15 years ago. So we could have had something like this 10 or 15 years ago. Because this is just wow.
I'm trying to stay positive on this show because, there's time and place for being positive, and there's time and place for being, philosophical me. But I want to have you come back on and talk about this. There's a reason that this hasn't happened yet, and I think the reason that this hasn't happened yet is because crypto, as mainstream stuff, is being kept in a box. And I mean, this box is being harder and harder to maintain. I mean, we're on Wax, right? That's where our home is. We're ESIO tech based, but at the same time, you look at what's happening with the world. Criticize Block One all you want for not making EOS great again. Sorry, I had to go there. But this is just the beginning. What Wax has got planned is going to be amazing. The Uplift is going to be a big part of it. Like, we're ecstatic that they actually have a community spot in the Uplift. I mean, Ultra's coming very soon. All of these projects on EOSIO are building to Ethereum, and I can foresee something like the Uplift being, Decentraland 2.0 that never really kicked off.
Exactly,
it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, I'm excited. So I think we're gonna do. See, when Corey says "talk amongst yourself," I just never shut up because
that's fine.
But I think we're gonna do next week. I really want to do this. So on this show, actually, we've got tons of different channels. But next week we'll be doing some Crown coverage for the Crown Dactathon. But as well, I think we're gonna do a weekly show, a weekly round table. So I really hope you can make the next one, Nick, because I think it'd be really cool. We actually maxed out last night's episode. It seems like it wasn't really last night, but we actually maxed out. We had like a few people that I didn't know that there was a max limit that I invited, and they couldn't come. So hopefully I haven't run this by Corey yet, but we do a show every day, so I'm hoping to do it Wednesday. We're going to reach out to the community leaders that haven't actually made the last episode, and we're just going to basically run, I think, with this idea of not burning it down, but actually, building it up and seeing what all of these awesome community plots have become. Because shout out to all of the builders who are building underground, under the sea, in places that haven't been seen, because there's some amazing stuff happening. And
And now hold on a second, Jimmy. I hate to interrupt you here, but I just want you to take that thought right there of everybody that's done something incredible, and I want you to multiply that by 200, maybe 300, because those are the people that are sitting there banging at the doors to get in. We are going to see, what we've seen right now, once again, a shout out to Roar, because you're awesome. We're just scratching the surface, man. I mean, it is, the possibilities are limitless here. And the other thing is, because we can scale this out, there was an old thing. I can't remember the commercial name, but it's like, don't worry about it. We can make more. So once the world ends, quote unquote, don't worry about it. We can make more.
Yeah, 100%. A couple comments I got, like, boy guys in the house. Great to see you. Gary, when can we open the pack? Seth, Christmas Eve.
Soon, my child, soon.
Be in dreams. When will we be able to build in the land? We're working on it as soon as possible. As you said, Nick, this is the beginning, and the world is huge. This is all new to us. We're taking shots in the dark. I mean, I don't think we had any idea that this was going to sell out. I don't think we had any notation of that. The central core area of the rail plots is just the beginning. There's going to be other communities, other expansions that are going to grow with the capacity of the team and the capacity of what we're building, I think, over time. So the best part about this, I think, in my opinion, though, is some of this money is going to development, but we're not creating a token that we're profiting on. We're creating an experience that everyone that is involved can profit on. And even if you didn't get even if you don't have the money or you didn't get the wax to be able to, because we had no idea wax was going to moon just before this either, actually. So that the next release, it's kind of nice because it's actually priced in USD terms as opposed to wax. We did it both ways, I think, on purpose. I'm assuming that we are that intelligent. I had not been involved in that discussion, but it seems like, in retrospect, somebody really smart planned that out. Yeah, I think that, like, you know, just the ability to go in and earn rewards. Like, this is Minecraft. It's PG-13. We're going to have, like, you know, 10-year-old kids that are going to come in and get rewarded for walking on land and being able to use those rewards to go and buy, like, not Garbage Pail Kids because they're too young for that, but Spider-Man NFTs on the Wax blockchain that are animated because Topps has a you know, IP rights to Marvel and Disney. This is going to be amazing, right? We're providing an avenue for kids to not beg their mother for the new toy. They're going to be able to figure it out themselves, man.
Exactly. And I mean, just everything that's coming out every day. I mean, I know for a fact that when I saw the Dr. Seuss one, Dr. Seuss stuff dropping, I just went right back to my childhood, man. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I get to own my childhood again, because unfortunately when I moved and then I moved again, I lost some of those books, and now I can just get those feelings back. It's amazing what technology is doing to help connect me back to my youth. And thank you, Mom and Dad. I appreciate all those books and everything that you've done for me.
That's radio voice 1.0, 1.5. Yeah, I like that. I mean, so let's talk about this. I think this is an important distinction to make, and I highly respect you, Nick. So I'd like your take on this, because this is a part of the space, right? This is a part of the Wild West. Somebody mentioned that even Raj actually mentioned even the 1x rail keys are being relisted for 2x the original price, at least. We live in a free market economy, as mented as it is, right? Things like this are going to happen. That's the beauty of blockchain and crypto. There's going to be people who come in and make amazing builds. There's going to be further releases of other NFT keys. Do you have any comment on that, Nick? What do you think? Like, what's your overall impression? I mean, we're in the Wild West.
Well, I mean, you put it perfectly right there. We are in the Wild West. Things are changing. And unfortunately, they're going to change at the speed of light instead of the speed of horse, because back in the Wild West, that's all you had. But we are going to see, and one of the things that I'm wanting to do is I want to go ahead and I want to create the very first curated museum in Minecraft, where I can go ahead, get people that wouldn't normally have exposure. So like struggling artists, something like that. I want to give them a spot so that when you go into this world, you click on their piece of art, it gives them the NFT. Boom. I want to give them that. And I just want to make that kind of like an automated type of thing. So, I mean, because here's the best part. We are going to have so many eyes. We are going to have so many voices. We are going to have so many things going on here. Everybody has always said it is so hard to get into the music industry. It's so hard to get in on the art industry. It's so hard to get in here. Marilyn Monroe was found in a, I'm trying to remember, was she found in a bomb factory or something like that? I can't remember where she was found, but people are found in the weirdest places. Let's make this one the newest, weirdest place.
Pamela Anderson in football stands. I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly. I mean, can you imagine? All of a sudden, you sat there, and because of something kind that you did for somebody else, you see that person 2, 3, 4 years from now making it huge. And just because you had 1 second of kindness, one thought, one positive feeling towards that person, their dreams were realized. I mean, that's just staggering. I mean, it's staggering to believe.
I mean, I'm just looking at what happened with the sale and some of the comments in here. I mean, these people who are wanting to build in the Uplift, I mean, these might be the people that are looking back in 5-10 years time saying, that guy who sold their Uplift NFT for 2 times the price is absolutely insane because like it's Bitcoin pizza day.
It's Bitcoin pizza day.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my God. I mean, and like I said, and I'm going to keep on saying, the opportunities are endless here. They are only restricted by your imagination. So kids, always make sure you have a very active imagination. Just don't, be too active in front of your parents, but have an active imagination.
Or just make sure that anyway, I'm not going to say that, but I'll say that off camera. But Canada's a good place to have an active imagination in front of your parents. I'm just going to say that. Corey, I don't know what you're doing there, but maybe great minds think alike. But I think that we need to put a gratitude up on the wall to thank the community for everything that they've helped us achieve.
Let's have a moment of silence right now instead. Mute your mics, guys.
Well, do it after then. But I'm down with the moment of silence.
I haven't been able to sleep for a long time. And with how crazy things have been getting recently, like in a good way, like really good ways, it's been even more challenging, right? Because we're all scrambling to get this done and you're figuring out what we can do and what's going to take a little bit longer, and sometimes having to change a lot of things, as we figure out the best way to make this vision work. And 3 days ago, we've been talking a lot about gratitude. And Blue and I talk about it literally all the time, and how it needs to be the center of this place. It needs to be the central practice of this place. And so I figured, okay, usually I read, 2 or 3 science fiction books a week. And that's sort of how I can basically snag my brain so that it's not, bouncing around thinking about who needs what in the community cluster, or, what's going on, with the show with Jimmy and right. It just keeps bouncing around. But a few nights ago, I started just listing off things I was grateful for. And the first thing I noticed is that it was easy. And again, I'm like an exceptionally lucky person, so this makes sense. And I have been, frankly, ever since I met my wife 10 or 11 years ago. Don't tell her I don't know which one that is. But I found myself getting to sleep like pretty fast. And obviously, like, you're just sitting there just listing off, what am I grateful for right now? Well, Jimmy, Nick, and Blue, this amazing place, the amazing people that keep showing up over and over again. The fact that when I needed a team of fucking professionals, they just showed up, right? So many things had to go right to get to this point that it's bonkers, and they all did. And it's all cumulative. And so I'm just listing off these things that I'm grateful for. Like from this morning, I'm grateful for, I think it's like Frenna, whoever the frick that freaking meme creator is, like, god damn, he makes one meme, we're all like, oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, here's 5 more, hold my beer, right? Like, just it was incredible, right? So I'm grateful for them. I think it's Cow. I'm not sure. I've only ever seen their name, but the one of the people that started responding the fastest about the Twitter banners, and so many people did, right? And the fact that, like, I don't have any time whatsoever, and I want to get each one of these people a Genesis NFT. Nick is right there to make it happen. So I'm grateful for Nick, and Jimmy's helping me get this show together, and I'm grateful for Jimmy. Kind of always am. The guy's fucking awesome. But Lisa from Crown and there's an entire other channel of people that are in the game from the community cluster. And I think they might be on a live right now hanging out. And to them, I'm grateful for each one of you, every single person who's there and every single person who's in that channel. And I'm even grateful for all the people that are blowing my Telegram up, asking me to whitelist people. And in the community cluster, you used to be able to do that, and now you can't, right? Because we're saving server capacity for passports for people who have purchased rail NFTs and soon land NFTs. I'm really, really grateful for all the people that were asking questions. I'm even more grateful for the people that go to the fucking website first.
Remember, kids,
I get
be
it.
like Captain America.
Right. Well, and here's the thing, and I can't express it in any other way except that I'm grateful for both, because I would have done the same thing, right? Like, I want to know exactly what I want to know. I'm going to go to the Telegram channel and ask that question. Like, I'm that guy too. So, like, as much balls as I want to bust, like that's me. So anyway, this place, and this is, why we do this on Sunday. Like, my whole family comes now, right? From Canada, from all over the place, and my extended family here. We come to this place where I'm standing right now every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And during the night cycle in Minecraft, we put some gratitudes up on the wall. And people that are watching on this YouTube channel, we put your gratitudes up on the wall as well, as much as we can, while keeping up. And once you get in game, you'll be able to walk along, this path and see them all, right? This is the first one in Cathedral 2.0. There's a whole other cathedral that's full. It got so full we started using the walls. But this is the first one. And it's pretty good stuff. There's one on here. I think it was like, I'm grateful for grateful for Chinese hot mustard. They're not all profound. That's awesome. But these are all the people that helped at all on building the cathedral. This is, and then we timestamped them, right? This is 11. This is back in November. Thanksgiving. And we'll do this all the time. And, Greg's grateful for his new home. He moved into a house a few months ago, which was awesome. Right? And so we're sort of encoding our history into the blocks of this world. And it's a history through the lens of the things that we're grateful for instead of the things that, are wrong. And when you start practicing that, and it takes a while, it's not you like, oh, I'm grateful for something cool, your whole life starts to change. Like it's not like that. It's cumulative. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more good you see in the world. And that's actually like a neurological thing that's just real. That there's a real thing that happens. You train your brain to see the good by recognizing the good. And I think it prepares you to be more accepting of opportunities, maybe, because you see it so much more. You're like, yeah, no, good is possible. I'm still sort of studying this as I go, but my nephew Leon, I'm grateful for gratitudes. He's 9. One of the coolest things that's happened since we started doing this is that people who have been in game, from the very beginning, people that were in this server before, the Uplift even took shape as what it is now. They started building these gratitude monuments all over the world. Like on their place, you'll be able to go and you'll find some blocks of wood and maybe a little bit of a monument thing, but maybe even just the blocks of wood. And you'll be able to find out what they were grateful for that day. And I'm getting teary right now. The idea that I'm going to be able to visit all of the people that are on this call now, your rail plots. I hope that you build a gratitude monument. If you want me to, and I mean this, even though it's going to destroy my calendar forever, if you want me to come and build one of these things for you on your rail plot, tell me, and I'll come and hang out with you, and we'll go live, and I'll get it done. That's Anders, by the way. Anders was just inside me. What?
I've been trying really hard not. Do you know how difficult it is for me not to cut you off?
Yeah, really. No, and honestly, like I went 5 minutes there and you didn't cut me off. So like, I think we owe you a bottle of wine now.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. I apologize in advance. So hear me out, because I honestly kind of mean this, and I want everyone to understand this. I'm gonna kind of throw your sunset thing under the bus.
Oh,
if you
okay.
if you've never, but I'm gonna do it for a very good reason. If you've never actually attended a Sunday gratitude ceremony, I wasn't in the server from the beginning, and I know how much you like, to the point where when like I'm in the world and I'm building and the sun comes up, I think of you. I don't think like that's a beautiful sunset in the world, but I think of you because of what the sunset means to you, and I know where the sunset ideology comes, and I know that like you use it as kind of like almost a way to reset yourself. But what I see, the value that I get most out of the sunset, for people who are paying attention to what happens on the Sunday service, and we just saw it right now, is at the end of the sunset, I find you, Corey, as the most profound and insightful speaker that is able to articulate with clarity some of our most inner thoughts when it comes to why we do this, or why this was started, or what value we can find in this. So I hope that was clear. I'm not throwing the sunset itself under the bus, but I really appreciate the insights that you come on with faithfully, pun intended, faithfully, every time after a sunset goes live in the public eye. These are really important moments from my life personally, much more so than the sunset, and I think probably in the back of other people's minds as well. I just wanted to, thank you for that.
The sunset basically is a vehicle for your awesomeness, dude. I mean, it is. I take a look at the sunset, and dang it, now if I don't see your face, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
But,
too bad for you.
I mean, exactly. But and we were supposed to get you in a fan dance, but unfortunately, I couldn't be that awesome yet. But that's going to happen at some point in time, I swear. And I'll be right there next to you too. So,
all right. Dude, yeah, thanks. The National Uplift Convention, no one wants to go to.
There was one more thing I wanted to say as well that I just jogged my memory. Like, can we please have a meme to like the Uplift, the world formerly known as the server?
Oh yeah, sure.
I really need a meme like that, because you keep bringing this up, right? Like, this was a server where a bunch of people came in and had fun, and now this is a freaking world, man.
Yeah. Have you guys seen my giant ode to DNA before?
Such a thing of beauty.
That's what
I really like. Sorry, I got to do it. That's what she said.
Nailed it. I don't really understand the joke, but
my giant ode to DNA. Yeah.
I should have known. It's the hydrogen molecule.
I know hydrogen atom. Longer, but I just kind of want to show myself, because I think I kind of feel like I'm awesome. Hey, no, let's do it next show. I really want people, but let's do it next show, because this is not, the Jimmy D show. But like, go in and tour around the Uplift. But I'm gonna bookmark it. Like, if you're in the game or if you're following the stream, go check out Generios Island, because it's pretty fucking epic.
Yeah, I'm low key heading out to the Blue Room.
Yeah, the Blue Room's pretty freaking epic too.
Not sorry.
The blue, wow, that Blue Room, man! It's just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to get there, you go by the Mr. Spaceman builds.
Exactly.
It's fun. These things are so cool. Yeah, this one sold for like a stupid amount of wax. I can't remember what it was, but it was ginormous.
And again, the majority of that wax, like almost all of that wax, went to a very, very, very good cause.
Yeah, Uplift donate all day. I think we're over 2 million in Uplift donate now, Jimmy. 2 million wax.
Insanity.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing.
Yeah, like you said, we gave ourselves a year to raise enough to build a school in Haiti. Like, we might build 2 schools in Haiti, or we might expand. And can I just say, like, what Uplift Art has come, where Uplift Art has come from, and what they've done, and MBlue in particular. I've been kind of with this team almost like, I didn't really do anything, but on a website they named me a co-founder, which I kind of am grateful for in a sense. But like, I was just a guy who was in the right place at the right time, who much like this community had his heart in the place where other people had their hearts. And I think that, Corey, this is kind of how you found MBlue and Uplift Art as well. Like, you like what they were doing, you want to collaborate. Like, this community that we have seems to attract really like-minded people who are just grateful, or want to do good, or have ideas of being generous, and aren't sharks in a tank full of vipers. I'm not even sure biologically how that would work, but that's sometimes how I feel like we live in the modern financial district, right? And like what all of this is morphed into, and how all of this is collided, is, I think, we're gamifying compassion. We're gamifying like humility. We're gamifying some of the best parts of the human character that sometimes get lost in the cutthroat world that sometimes we live in. And I'm most excited about that, I think, really.
If I could interject, so there's we call them the OG builders, the people that have been in here for a while. Like, I wanted to build this whole place as a thank you to MBlue, because just our music drops that we did together changed my life, and my partnership with him and our sort of parent company that's dropping something in April that will blow your effing minds. Like, that, you think this is good, wait a month.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the Uplift, even though it will have something to do with the Uplift. It's completely different, and you'll see why we have so much firepower behind us, because we really do. Anyway, so we had some people that have never really played Minecraft before they started playing with me, and they helped build the Spaceman build. They helped build the Tiama sort of drop around the monument that I put out there. They planted each one of these flowers independently, one at a time.
Jesus. Dedication.
Each one, gratitude.
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome. Like, I had the pleasure actually of recently working with in game. This sounds so weird to say, because I'm one of those like new builders. Like, I'm like a new builder, but working with like Sue Gentry, and she's like, oh, what do you want me to do? So I took her for a tour of the place, and like, I came back like the next day, and she had like created like a turtle park, aquamarine, marine land, like sent me like 10 messages, like, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to expand the turtle park. I made it bigger, and I tried to like put a turtle in there, and I had realized that I had no idea how. So now I have to go back and be like, actually, you have to tell me all that you've learned, because like, there's like tricks to the game on how to like spawn turtles and how to like make torches. And it's really, like, it's crazy.
It's infinite. You don't need to know any of it. But, whoa, I fell out of the sky. But that's kind of the fun, right? Like, people are really worried, like, oh, I don't play Minecraft. Fine and good. You don't need to, right? The first thing you learn is like how to make a bed so you spawn at the right place, right? And there's people in the community that will teach you all this stuff. But the real beauty of Minecraft is that you can do almost anything. Like, you sort of take the path that you want to take. For me, it's these mega builds. For some people, like my my cousin's husband Russ, it's machines. He's got automatic machines all over the place. That you're really going to be able to find out what you want to do. Also, did you guys know that if you fall into 1 square of water, you don't die. There you go. That lesson's free.
That's sweet. I actually want to start I actually want to start a show with Russ where we just do like a top 10, like a very quick, like 5-minute show where like I do like the Jimmy D's newbie tips and back and forth with Russ's, like, you know, the most experienced builder and the uplift tips, and like it's just like a back and forth shot fire thing. But like that would be really fun. We went and toured it. Like,
that would be perfect, man.
Yeah, it would be awesome. There's so much we can do. I was actually going to ask you to come in here. So I'm glad that you did that. That giant mural on the back is great. We've seen this before. But like maybe some people haven't, and it's just amazing. Like, you know, what, and this is like, I keep getting in trouble on the show because I'm suggesting like what we want to do, and it's not the time for that. But like, this is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure what's coming is going to be like better, and that's even just going to make this more nostalgic and beautiful.
I think about bootstrapping from Cathedral 1.0 to Cathedral 2.0, right? And like how, like, some of you guys saw this. I think it's live, recorded on YouTube. These things look so good at night. Anyway, so because you can backlight them now. But you know, Greg is doing guided tours now. You can go to uplift.world.community. You can actually book a guided tour for like $200, and go and look at everything, which is really fun. Or not everything, but like a few things that you pick or whatever, right? And I booked the first one, paid $200, and my buddy Greg, you know, the Waz of the Uplift, you know, took me on this tour, and he starts me out in what we called it was just it's like the Cave of Creation. I can't remember what we called it now. It's been a long day already at noon. But then, you know, from the tour, you walk out into where you can see like all the gratitudes from 8-9 months ago, and I'll like frickin', you know, like turn the waterworks on or whatever. But it's profound, and I, you know, after thinking, oh man, this is really beautiful and selfish for me. This is an awesome kind of moment. I started thinking, like, all you fuckers are in for this, right? Like your first rail plot where you build something, right? Maybe I come by and build a gratitude monument. Maybe someone else does. Awesome. Please do all of that stuff. Whatever you end up building, right? And you encode that, and like maybe you think, oh, I'm gonna, you know, flip this and throw it back on the market or whatever. But maybe you keep it for a year, and that gratitude monument becomes a gratitude monument that you have to start putting all the way down, all the way to the bedrock, because too many people keep dropping by to leave a gratitude, right? And that becomes part of your history then. It becomes a monument to where you were at that moment and who you were with. And it gets deep. Like, and again, like it's blocks, right? Like it's amazing how quickly so it's not photorealistic graphics that everyone is used to right now, like at all, right?
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter. Like that, it disappears. It really does. Like it becomes this background thing where now I got some awesome shaders on. I can take some pictures that are really cool. But you just end up noticing that you're with the people that you care about in a place that feels like a place. You feel like you're together, and that's kind of immense.
Exactly. And to paraphrase a little bit of a common verse, the words of the prophet are written on the railway walls.
Nailed it. Good stuff right there. That's the other thing that I don't think most people know. These are secret doorways. Anyway, so guys, there's like 267 left. We haven't sold out yet.
I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen before the day's over.
Yeah, I would imagine that starting like. The fact that the 10-pack sold out in like 4 seconds is like, what the hell? Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you know what, guys? I think. Well, hold on. I want to get in and see if there's any more questions that we haven't addressed.
Well, there is something that we haven't addressed yet.
Go on.
Don't forget, the land sale is coming up, and I think we're cooking up something really special for that. What do you think?
Yes. And I want to go over it before we announce it.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta give them the little tease.
Well, here's the thing. If you and people have heard me say this a million times. If you have Genesis keys, you might want to keep them forever. right? Like, oh, what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? Stick around and
You
find
get
out.
things forever.
Right? Like that we're using them. And this is what the Genesis keys mean to me. You have helped us to build the rewards pool that's going to have wax bubbling up out of the ground for all the players. It's literally like one of the cornerstones of the thing that's going to have value coming up out of the ground. You know, it's gratitude coming up out of the ground. Just do the math on that whole equation, right? And so we want to say thank you. I want to be able to use those Genesis NFTs to know who those people were. And even if you sell on the secondary market, that means somebody new knows what these things are worth, right? Fine. And we use those to target drops because we have the tools to do that. So I know all the accounts that have those Genesis NFTs in them, and I can send stuff to those people ad nauseum. Stuff that's on deck as ideas, right? Well, I mean, the first one that's going to happen, the passports that we're going to be dropping, they're going to be NFTs. That's going to give you access to the different districts in the Uplift, right?
Correct.
The first people to get them will be the people that bought the 10,000 wax super rare collections. Mm-hmm. They'll be first, right? The next, and somebody had the idea today, like just use the mint numbers. I'm kind of here for it, right? Because I got to talk to Dennis to make sure we can, but I'm sure we can. We'll just start mint number. You know, if I have the ability to add 100 people to the servers, mint 1 through 100, and those are just going to go out to whoever has those things in their wallet, right? And maybe you only need one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's an NFT market, right? You know, from the passports to, you know, privileged position in future auctions, potentially to, you know, advanced sales that maybe only go out for certain amounts to the people that are holding the Genesis keys, to a giant party that I plan on throwing in 6 months where only people that have Genesis key NFTs are going to get tickets. And I mean, like, you got to think about this too. Say you're an NFT art gallery and you want to know who the absolute top of the top, more supportive people are in the Uplift. I can show you who they are. I know exactly who they are. And if they want to send tickets out to their stuff, or if they want to send perks out to them, well, guess what they can do? They can target those people too. Right?
Exactly.
And,
So
and we haven't even tapped into Nathan Rempel's geniusness, which he's more than capable of building. And once he gets finished with that, then I have ideas that essentially, and you do too as well, Corey, that essentially like live in the matrix that like some AI is going to have to figure out, but it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Nathan's terrifying, like in the best way. But like when we start talking about building worlds, and like I kind of see the pieces that we need to build the pieces to bootstrap into VR, whatever. Right. Cool. He's like, yeah. We're going to jump down a quantum hole and just destroy the universe. Good. Okay. And I also don't think he's kidding, so that's fun. So then when he turns around and goes, yeah, no, I fixed, you know, I'm just finishing up the NFT bridge between Wax and Ethereum. No big deal. Yeah, I did it over lunch. It's like, it's
funny because you can tell like he's a really nice guy and he's trying to be as modest as hell, but he just like
sometimes it's impossible. And really, like the you know, shout out to Nathan, just even in the last week, we needed to pivot hard on having a big map versus having many smaller maps. It was always my vision to have like a big map. And from a server perspective, basically the nerds showed up and said, you fucking idiot, that's not going to work at all. Right. So, oh, good. Okay, cool. And, you know, Nathan saw this going on in the leadership channel that we have. And Nathan works for our other company that you will know all about in April. That is big. And he saw this going on, and he basically just said, hey, I'm going to be project manager for this right now. And he comes in, and we hung out for like, you know, 6 hours, really, really late into the night. And we got everybody together. We got like very large, very important challenges that we had to face and figure out stuff for, and just kind of got us on this path where we could actually start moving forward on that. And this is what I mean when I say like I'm surrounded now by titans, by like serious professionals. That's what I mean. Like they showed up. This is like not a pipe dream. This is happening, and it's happening because of the team that's around us. And that's why, you know, I start just getting fucking stoked. Excuse my French, or don't. I don't fucking care. Today. Anyway, so Dr. Unati wanted one good, proper chicken caw. You guys ready? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Chicken caw! Yeah, I have to go to Western City. 2 chicken caw to understand why that just happened. So anyway,
Okay.
yeah, you got to go see the big chicken. Climb up the cloaca. Hey,
Really, dude.
yeah.
Really.
So like, I think like in an hour, it's not bad. There's like 259 left.
Mm-hmm.
Still grab some. Oh, Greg's here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's. I'm a little bit like, I mean, I live life constantly in the days, which is where I'm most optimal. But like right now, like I'm in a days of optimality. Sorry, I'm in a days that I can't really fathom in real space and time, and my optimism has kind of gone out the window. And I haven't even really had that much wine. I'm just saying, like I think Corey, you might be in the same state. Nick, you've got maybe a next level consciousness to be able to realize that this is, when everyone says that we're not going to sell out, we're probably going to freaking sell out.
I just have that like little thing in the back of my head going, we're going to sell out. We're going to sell out. We're going to sell out.
Like, honestly, like I kind of thought that we were going to sell out, but I wasn't expecting to sell out for the 10 packs with the limits that were set by the team for, let's just call it the Michael Loop scenario, because that's my new name for bots, as a protectionism, like to be that way. Like I can we get the schematics on that? Like, I really want to know, was it 4 or 5 seconds? Because I have no idea.
I think it was 4. Like I'm watching it, and then I turned away, and then I turned back. I'm like, oh, what the? It's like that.
I would say definitely between 4 and 5 seconds, because just like Corey said, I'm taking a look, I blinked, and the next thing bonk, I'm like, oh wow, and it took every last bit of self-control I had not to just scream out and go,
yeah,
because that was just phenomenal.
Okay,
yeah.
Corey, yeah.
And those of you that are doing audio NFTs, please feel free and make an audio NFT of that, because I'd like to laugh at myself from generations to go on.
I've been like, I was really busy today, and so I was following all of your messages in the Telegram channel, but I never put 2 and 2 together. Like, total radio voice. I get it now.
Yeah, well, especially like between Greg, who has he was in radio, and Nick, you were actually in radio as well. Like, I'm just and it's funny too. I've been doing shows with Greg for a long time, and I think if we went back, my voice would probably be different. Like, it's been getting sort of a little bit more like Greg's, frankly, because like when he turns his actual radio voice on, it's like, oh, my nipples are hard. Why is that happening? Like, it's a weird thing.
Puberty does.
What's that?
Puberty does that.
Wait, he's reached it?
Bravo. I mean, that in retrospect, that had to happen. Yeah, so I think like
Startle the Witch says, I miss my radio voice.
All right.
I have no idea what that means, but I totally want that story.
I'm curious about that one too.
Actually, Corey, I think what we need to do, because we've been talking about this for a long time, like the term that M Blue coined, which I love, collaboration. And for the record, if you're still here, this is like the real Jimmy D. I held off early in the evening so I could let other people talk. But now that the wine is cracked, this could get fucking crazy. But yeah, like collaboration, we need to have the blockchain origins guys on the show, because I think we might actually be able to give them a run for our money. And yeah, we did well. Like, I'm not really sure whether it's the wine or it's the energy behind this that is really exciting me.
It's probably a combination of the both, man. A little bit more of the excitement that's going on, but the wine helps.
Startle the Witch. I did radio commercials for a local rock station in the 00s. I don't know how to say that, actually. How do you say
Knots.
The Knots. Okay. And our biggest client was, wait for it, a sex and bong shop. And the commercials were interesting. I love it. I've never done video before, and I like to talk. Ask anyone who knows me, and I can talk with the best of them. But thank you for sharing that story, Sardo, which I used to work for a piercing shop, and I used to have to show magazines to people that when their kids came up and tried to look through the magazines, I had to give them a comic books to distract them. So I feel you. I know what you're saying when it's interesting.
Well, on that same vein, the funniest thing happened to me about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I completely forgot. A long time ago, a company contracted me out to be the voice of their PBX system. And so PBX is basically, for the non-techies around here, is a system that controls your phones, basically making sure that the phone gets from the CO to the destination. So I go ahead and I'm dialing in, and I fat-fingered an extension. And all of a sudden, I just heard me going, "I'm sorry, that extension is not valid. Please redial." Like, Jesus. It's one thing to remember. It's one thing that you made it, but it's another thing when it just hits you out of the blue, and it's like, "Whoa, hey, I totally forgot I made that."
Yeah. I like. Sorry, I got lost in PBS because there's the PBS network and all, but
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun, Nick. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Like, and I don't mean you and me. I mean you and me are gonna have a lot of fun. But like, we're gonna have some fun as a community, as a show, It's funny because Corey and I, we kind of found each other through MBlue. And we started this show called EOSIO Weekly, and we did that for a while, and we had fun. We did it one day a week, and then we started our own YouTube channel. And within a week, our YouTube channel had become our 5-day-a-week show, plus a whole plethora of other people that are jumping on the line, doing crazy shit with the Uplift.World. And, now you're here, more people have been attracted. We've got some major interest from the Minecraft non-crypto community. I'm super excited, like you said, to see what the team and the community can bring.
Exactly. And I'm taking a look at this like Jurassic Park. The doors open, and you're just seeing all of this beauty, all of this stuff that hasn't been seen ever by human eyes. I mean, just think of that. You get the and you're walking, and all of a sudden you see this brontosaurus coming, and you see the Diplodocus and all the other ones. Yes, that was for you, Addie and Will. So basically, I mean, it's just going to be looking into the new world, man. It boggles the mind, just the possibilities and the endless, just the endless, basically thought of compassion that's going to be flowing through all of these builds here. Ken Bozak, even though he's going to be building a murder world, it's going to make me laugh extensively. And there's going to be days where, I'm going to just come home and just be like, oh my God, my day has just dragged me down. And then I can go to Ken's world, get murdered, and laugh my butt off for like about 5 or 10 seconds. 5 or 10 minutes. So that's going to be fun. And then there's going to be, the snowball fights. Then there's going to be, just riding the roller coasters. And I still want to go ahead just to see if it can be possible. Basically, for the rail lines, when the rail hits the actual stop, I want to make that a TNT, just so you can go blow up right when you hit it.
It's funny because you just keep saying blow it up, and I'm remembering I'm remembering Greg's comment from earlier, the chicken bomb. Like the chicken claw is pretty cool, but I really want an NFT chicken bomb NFT as well. So actually, I do want to take a step back from this Uplift stuff because
Sure.
If people who are still with us, thank you for still being with us. So Nick Capello, did I say that right? Nick Capello?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nick Capello is kind of new to the team, but you're definitely not new to the space. I kind of alluded to this before. You've been in the EOSIO blockchain space for quite a while. You've been an advisor on a lot of different projects that I've actually become affiliated with after you've, advised them. I'm not a stalker, I promise you.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, at least like to know that I have one fan in this world.
Yeah, no, but like we're super excited. I'm super excited. I might be more excited than the rest of the team to have you here, and the rest of the team is like ecstatic. But like I'm super excited to meet you. But like this isn't just like some random guy that we like picked up off the side of the street. He's got some experience. He's got he's got some really important insights that I think. But what I'd like to ask you is like, yeah, your thoughts on Max, your thoughts on, because essentially, Corey's on the other line, and we need him to end the stream, so we got to make it interesting for everyone else while he pretends to talk to himself, but really he's just lost the plot. He's like over there, like pretending. Like I'm pretty sure this whole thing like sent him over the edge. Like he might never come back to us. Like I might have to learn this whole StreamYard thing, like so that we can actually have a business, because he just like right. No disrespect intended, because I am actually a very compassionate person, but yeah, he's just a random guy that's lost the plot in the corner right now. So what's your background? Like introduce yourself to the community, because I don't believe you've actually done that yet. You just kind of showed up and you were present and you were here and you were awesome, but like I think you need a formal introduction by yourself.
Okay, well, first off, I've got to give thanks where thanks is due, and that is to a good friend of mine and an old schoolmate of mine by the name of David Werba. He's been in this space longer than I have, and we lost touch a little bit over the years because he moved to Arizona and I moved down here. But we always enjoyed a good laugh, and we always enjoyed good conversations and stuff back in high school. And he was the one that actually brought me in on the first project here, and let's face it, yes, that is a good one. And he was the catalyst for this whole thing. He knew that I had a very long and historic, life with servers and hardware and stuff like that. And he came and he's like, "Hey, Nick, I've had this one problem with blah, 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 blah." And I said, "Sure, let me go ahead and take a look." And then he started introducing me to the whole cryptocurrency the whole cryptocurrency stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be the wave of the future. And we've gone ahead and we've got a couple of things, in the pipeline right now that we're building together. But we've worked together in the past, but to go really, really back, I started out as a help desk grunt with Coca-Cola and with Amoco Oil. And basically I learned how to do stuff right and how to do stuff wrong. And everybody always says, the greatest teacher is time. That's almost correct. The greatest teacher is time and your failures. You will learn you will be happier with your success, but you learn truly from your failures. And I have failed more times than I care to admit, but I have learned a lot. And since I failed so many times, I can't really fail that much anymore. So therefore, you guys caught me at your prime.
Well, it's actually easy to fail in this space. And I know some of the projects that you've worked on, so I'm not going to out you. That's for you to do yourself. But like I've worked on some similar projects, and they're brilliant projects. But the thing with the cryptocurrency space is like it's a new game for everyone. And I think what you said resonates more truth than in the real world for me, because this is where we are. And Corey always says it: go fast and fucking break shit. Like there's the Corey Cottrell, there's the Corey Cottrell mantra. And sorry, I'm trying really hard to be nice. And there's the Block One mantra. We're getting Dan Larmer on the show because he's breaking shit with launching a competitive voice apparently. But yeah, like I hear you, Nick, and like yeah, I'm really happy to have you here. I'm really happy to actually meet you real live in person because.
Oh yeah, I've seen your name on I've seen your name on many projects and stuff before, and I'm like, oh God, this guy's a genius.
I'm not a genius. I just happen to be in the right place in the right time, standing on the shoulders of geniuses because, geniuses don't know how to write. And that's something that I can kind of do.
But that in its, you can sit there and you could be the best tech, you can be the best, coder, you could be the best, whatever. But if you can't put that into words, it's almost sometimes sometimes it's meaningless. It's, you do good actions, but you also have to go ahead and put it into the correct words. And you've got that down pat, Jimmy. I mean, it is just,
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the karate chop on that note, Corey, because I think
yeah, I mean, we're at the mic drop moment. I mean, you guys specifically, you two are awesome. I'm glad you guys were here for this, especially considering like the CEO is calling me and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, how's that drop going? Like, pretty good. Like,
hey,
so that was good. But like M Blue and Francesca, his wife, called, and so it was good to kind of be able to bounce in and bounce out. So it just, because this is a big moment, for all of us, but like obviously selfishly for me, it's like a non-trivial event. So it's good to like have you guys here, period, but it's also good to just be able to pop in and out. So thank you guys for that.
And it's also good to show that we're not just here, to sell you stuff and, make sure that you play the game. We got into a little bit of philosophical stuff. We're going into stuff that needed to be talked about a long time ago by many different people. So yes. So in that aspect, Corey, thank you for being Cocaine Squirrel.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Cocaine Squirrel. That's my nickname now.
Those are some big nuts. But on
those
that,
are some big nuts. That's what she said. I want to end the show right here so bad. Hold on, I need the button. One more. Give me that chop. Give me that sweet, sweet chop.